What up, though? Your boy Meech, aka the Siage Saint. Hope everyone's doing well. Time for another fragrance video, and today we are going to begin our discussion around spring fragrances. Yes, it is getting close to that time of the year, although I live in the Midwest, so even when it officially becomes spring, it takes a little bit of time for the weather to actually catch up to that. But I'm feeling in the mood for spring fragrances. This will be the first of maybe a few fragrances I do on the topic, but today we are going to talk about 7 signature scent fragrances that I will be wearing this spring. These are great fragrances in my opinion, so you may have these in your collection or you may be considering adding them to your collection after you watch this video. So let's talk about them. 7 spring signature scent fragrances. Without further ado, let's get into it. All right, getting things rolling with one of my favorite fragrances in my collection, actually a top 10 fragrance in my collection from the House of Mancera. We have Vetiver Sensual. This is actually my fragrance of the month for the month of March. If you aren't familiar with that, I kind of designate one fragrance in the month that I will wear at least once every week in that given month, just to kind of wear some fragrances more instead of rotating through a different fragrance every single day. I do want to wear some fragrances, more than once every few months. So introducing the fragrance of the month allows me to do that, and Vetiver Sensual is that fragrance for the month of March. But this is one of my favorites. Bright citruses at the top. You get this soapy, clean kind of vetiver in the fragrance. You do get a little bit of a woody, earthy vibe, but it's not off-putting or over the top in any way. This is for the most part a citric, soapy, clean fragrance. This is one that I generally reserve mostly for daytime wear. It gives me white tee, white polo shirt vibes. If I'm going into the office, this is always a consideration. This is just a great, versatile, easy to wear fragrance, and it definitely is great for the springtime. Again, this is Vetiver Sensual by Mancera. All right, you can't think of the springtime without talking about some white florals, and one fragrance that I recently added to my collection, or actually was gifted to me for Christmas, comes from the House of Yves Saint Laurent. This is YSL Myself Eau de Parfum. Now, I know there are other versions of this fragrance out now. The Le Parfum, I've heard there is another one coming out like Absolute or something like that, but I'm good with just the EDP. This is citric and white floral. Orange blossom is kind of the floral here that plays a prominent part in the scent profile. This is another one that is very easy to wear, very mass appealing scent. Myself is kind of one of the most popular fragrances for just the casual fragrance wearer, not the psychos like us that wear a lot of fragrances or collect a lot of fragrances. If you're just somebody who has a handful of fragrances in your collection, I know that this fragrance is very popular, one of the best sellers out there. You get this, again, citric white floral feel. This fragrance is very soapy clean as well. Another versatile fragrance that you can wear during the daytime, but I also think this has the versatility to dress it up as well. And it definitely reminds me of the springtime. I like this fragrance a lot. Again, this is YSL Myself Eau de Parfum. All right, next up is one of the more underrated fragrances, I think at least, from the House of Parfums de Marly. We have Parfums de Marly's Perseus. I just have a decant of the fragrance here, and I really, really like this fragrance. You get some tart citrus on the top. I think grapefruit is the citrus that kind of gives you that tartness. This fragrance is fresh, spicy. It's also woody. This doesn't do anything special. It just smells very nice. And this is one that I kind of lose a few hours in, but then I get around people later in the day and they smell it and they're like, oh, you smell nice. I recall that happening to me last spring when I was wearing this fragrance. This is another one that, again, very versatile fragrance. You could wear this to the office. You could even wear this in the evening as well. Doesn't reinvent the wheel, as I stated, just kind of a citric, fresh, spicy, woody fragrance, but one of the more underrated fragrances for PDM. Layton gets a lot of love, of course. Herod, Altair is getting so much love now. Percival, Sedley, all the other ones, but Perseus is actually a really good, versatile fragrance for the spring, and definitely one I will be wearing. All right, next up is a fragrance that I think will be suitable for those springtime evenings out, maybe even a springtime date night. From the House of Paco Rabanne, we have 1 Million Parfum. And this is a fragrance that I recently added to my collection. I went to, I think it was Sephora a couple of months back, and I was kind of smelling some of the newer 1 million fragrances. This fragrance, the Elixir, also 1 million gold, and I actually liked them all. They all were nice smelling fragrances, but I really gravitated to the Parfum. It features tuberose, so this is a white floral, woody, somewhat leathery fragrance as well. It also has kind of like a unique tropical style of sweetness as well. This fragrance is, listen, I let someone smell this already and they were like, damn, that smells good. So this is one that I think is an attractive scent that'll get you a lot of attention, maybe on an evening out or for a date night. It has a very unique scent profile. There's also solar notes in the fragrance as well, so that kind of brightens up this DNA. But listen, evenings out in the springtime, date nights, I'm definitely going to pull this one out. This is 1 Million Parfum by Paco Rabanne. All right, sticking with the theme of white florals, because I mean, come on, white florals makes us think of the springtime. Gotta shout out my man Charm City for this fragrance. I have a 5 ml decant of it from the house of Amarud. We have Silver Birch, and I'm shouting out Charm because I actually ordered a sample of this fragrance after seeing him post this on his community tab on his YouTube channel, The Fragrance Connoisseurs. You guys should check that out if you haven't already. And his description of this made me want to check this out. So this fragrance features some white florals. It also is woody. It has kind of like this unique, almost like fruity sweetness to it as well. I know fig is a prominent note in the fragrance. You get some cardamom. Again, you get some that offers some spiciness, because this fragrance does have a bit of spice in it as well. But those white florals, the woody aspects, the spiciness really stand out. That fig, this smells very nice. I have not given this a full wearing yet, just kind of some test sprays, some testing on my skin, so I cannot wait till the weather breaks to rock this one. It's a niche fragrance that you can find pretty reasonably priced. I've seen it on Joma Shop for like $80, and the quality on this is fantastic. This is a really good one. Can't wait to wear it this spring. This is Silver Birch by Amarud. All right, next up is a fragrance that probably doesn't remind you of the springtime when you smell it. I just tend to wear it in the springtime because I have another flanker of it that I gravitate towards more in the fall winter months. From the house of Dior, we have Dior Homme Sport. So Dior Homme Sport and Dior Homme 2020 smell very much alike. I own them both. I wear Dior Homme 2020 in the fall and winter. I wear Dior Homme Sport in the spring and summer, mainly because Dior Homme Sport features more citruses and also some aldehyde. So it kind of brightens up, freshens up the Dior Homme 2020 DNA a bit. This is, in my opinion, kind of an elevated designer fragrance. It smells very classy and elegant. This is going to fit pretty much any occasion in the springtime. Dress it up, dress it down. Don't let the name sport fool you either. This is not a gym scent. I personally would not wear this fragrance to the gym. It just smells like too classy and elegant for that, in my opinion. But this is a fantastic fragrance. I don't feel silly having 2020 and sport. I wear them both because I love the DNA. But Dior Homme Sport, definitely a fragrance I'll be rocking this spring. All right, and last but not least, the only clone fragrance to make an appearance in my signature scent spring video. This one is a banger from the house of Al Haramain. We have Amber Oud Aqua Dubai. This is a clone, of course, of Imagination. If you don't know, now you know. And listen, I was late to the party on this one, but as I've said in previous videos, at least I made it to the party. This smells good, fresh, clean, citric, green. It gets very soapy once you get to the dry down. This fragrance is a beast of a performer too. Projections really strong, compliment factor is really strong. Again, this is another one. I can dress this one up, I can dress it down. I'm going to get compliments and I'm going to be smelling fantastic. I know some people say, it's not one-to-one to Imagination. I don't care about that. It smells fantastic, and I'm absolutely rocking this spring, probably more than any of the other fragrances that I've talked about in this video. This is Amber Oud Aqua Dubai by Al Haramain. Well, there you have it, guys. 7 signature scent spring fragrances that I will be wearing. Do you own any of these fragrances mentioned in the video? Let me know your thoughts about them. Feel free to throw those in the comment section. Or if you have some other fragrances that are going to be signature scents for you this spring, I'd love to hear about those as well. Be sure to check out my social media for more. Please like and subscribe on whatever social media platform you're watching this on. That would be greatly appreciated. Once again, it's your boy Meech, aka the Sillage Saint. Until next time, take care. Peace.